elephant in the room is this tanking situation we got going on in the NBA. You see what they're doing in Utah. You see what they're doing in D.C. Now you got the Mavs sort of tanking. I've always believed, first of all, tanking has always been part of the NBA. Let's get that out the way.
Sports.
It's sports. I agree with you, Kenny.
Sports.
We've got to come up with some type of solution because it's not fair to the game, first and foremost. It's not fair to your fan base. I've always suggested this rule. I don't think any NBA team should be able to raise their ticket prices if they're below 500. I've always said that. You cannot raise your ticket prices if your team is below 500. I think they should make that a rule in every sport, to be honest with you.
Okay, I can hear Congress right now. I can hear some obvious issues with this as a petition right here. You cannot mix that. Like, you got to separate church and state. I think you got to separate the economics from the actual performance and production. You can't do that because then if you really want to marry them together, like you only going to get paid based on what you achieve. Start looking at, all right, so now we start here. The team didn't make it over 500. You can't raise the ticket prices. Then they're going to start looking at the players. Oh, we didn't win? We can't pay you full. It's just a slippery slope. I could just see some antitrust issues with this.
Interesting, Chuckster. That'd be some incentive.
It'd be, but no, not even if you're still trying to tank, you can't raise your ticket prices because then you're getting your cake and eat it too. Which I'm for cake, getting your cake and
eating it too. Yes.
But you should not be able to try to lose. So I've said there's two things. Number one, every team in the lottery should get one ping pong ball. They shouldn't give you more balls.
So everybody,
yes.
And that came out the other day too. Hey, maybe we're thinking about everybody's on the same level playing field.
Because the team that had the worst record, I think, has only got the number one pick like 2 out of 25 years. So give everybody one ping pong ball.
If you don't make the playoffs.
If you don't make the playoffs. But also, this is another one. If you trade a pick, it's gone. Because now teams they can manipulate. Well, if it falls in the top 3 or 4 or top 7 protected. No.
Blah, blah, blah. A lot of thinking aloud. Like, he came prepared. He had his notes. He had his few topics that he wanted to hit in terms of this may change how we look at tanking. At the same time, when you really listen to them all, none of that's going to change tanking because tanking, once again, is almost like legislating a desire. You can't do that, right? Tanking is the same reason why it's always going to occur, just like how the Rooney Rule always was going to be a problem and never work. You can't force people to want. You can't. God gave you free will. He gave you choice. He said you can live a long life, you can live a short life. You ain't got to live. Like once you have conscious choice and free will and you understand that power, this could be it. And this can go for a long time. And that time's not even guaranteed, but you can't get into it and start putting down on paper how somebody's going to feel. It's going to be a difference. So if I feel that it's for my best interest to reset my fan base, to go out there and reshuffle the deck for my team, for our aspirations, for our future, you're not going to tell me I can't do it. Do I own a team? Yes. Okay, good. Did I hire everybody here? Yes. Okay, good. Do I know what everybody wants? No, don't care because I know they like their job. They want their job more than they want what they want. So guess what? Do your job or else. I'll find somebody else. So you can't put borders around these emotions. And people try to do it all the time and it's just laughable because we know it's not going to work. It gets you, the reason people do this is because it gets you from where you are, which is a place where you feel helpless. You feel like, what are we going to do? We watching games and we know this team don't even care. And then you go one step further and you say, at least we're not there anymore. This looks like a better place. This looks like a better path. You ever go to those carnivals or those, they have all these, like, not even a carnival. This is like more of a amusement, a theme place, like a small little space. Maybe it is a carnival and I'm just overthinking it. Here's the thing. They have these little mazes and I see them. And you see the kids walk in there and they got to walk around and try to figure their way out. And there's one way out, but there's a lot of ways to get lost, right? One way out and like 18 different pathways. I don't know what they call that little thing. Sometimes you could do it on paper. You see it in the newspaper. You could do that. I love those little mazes or whatever. Point being, that's what this is. Barkley just took us on a maze. There's only one way out of this, dog. There's only one way out of this. Maybe Rachel Nichols could help us, because that way ain't it.
Tanking is not the problem. If you try to, quote, solve tanking and ignore that tanking is actually a symptom, you are going to make things worse. You have to go back to the actual problem, not the symptom. The problem is bad teams do not have enough other avenues to get better. That's it. They're doing it because they have to. Make tanking not your only option. I would say I would eliminate the lottery. Forget this flattening of lottery odds. That just makes it worse. That just makes it harder for bad teams to get better. A lot of these proposals make it harder, make it easier. Say, no more lottery, no more Dallas getting Cooper Flag, right? Instead, it is going to be the worst team gets the best pick all the way down. By the way, that creates a much smaller group of teams that are tanking, right? Because if you're not in the bottom 2 or 3, and I do think that once you do something like that, you have to say, great, you can't pick in the top 3 2 years in a row or something like that.
Man, that felt AI like a mug, didn't it? Because she was just hitting her beat. She wasn't even listening to it. Jason tried to get in. She's like, you ain't calling. I ain't listening to you. So, interesting. But if the worst team gets the best player every single time, then it's going to be a race to the bottom. Like, especially this year. I want AJ. No, I want AJ. No, I want it. Let's see it.
And I wouldn't stop, by the way, at any of these proposals. You know me. I always want to hold the owners accountable, right?
Yeah.
So I think, and by the way, I am aware the owners will never vote themselves out, so I know this won't happen.
Right.
But in my dream world, Jason, let me dream, there would be some sort of rule that said if you didn't hit a certain winning percentage over a certain number of years, it doesn't have to be a short number of years, it could be 10 years. If in 10 years you don't hit a certain winning percentage, you have to sell the team and give someone else a shot to do it.
Worse than relegation.
We are really off the reservation right now. Like, it's amazing, so many different levels of consciousness, right? You have a level of consciousness which is, I am thinking of a great idea. And then that turns into, wow, I am articulating and saying on this television show a great idea. But then there's also a level of consciousness that we all are possessing right now through this show and through our consumption of media of, I'm listening to an idea that she think is great. What is she talking about? Like, what is that percentage? Okay, let's go. I own a team. We suck. Every year, suck. Okay? Ain't my fault. I ain't playing. I just own it. We suck. Okay? We keep making some missteps, miscues. I hire a Michael Jordan to be my GM. We suck. Remember that? Remember those years? Yeah. And then all of a sudden, they hit me with the memo, the double tap. Excuse me, Mr. Wiley. I hope you're enjoying your billions and probably your 2-week yacht cruise in the south of France. But you are being forced to sell your team because of your winning percentage of the last 5 years. Huh? What'd you say? Como se dice? Somebody translate this. What the hell are you talking about? I got to sell my team because we sorry. Continue.
Because here's the thing. Some teams aren't good because of personnel or they got themselves in trouble or a star retired or whatever. Some teams aren't good because the ownership is crappy.
Which ones, Rachel? Come on, putting you on the spot.
I don't think I have to say. I think people know. Or that the management team is crappy and they've been in that spot for too long because the ownership hasn't been forced to make a change. Yeah. And for those teams, there is no other avenue to get better because those teams are poorly run. So this goes under the same umbrella. Give bad teams more avenues to get better. And by the way, that ownership change would give that older owner, the previous owner, billions of dollars. So I don't feel bad about it at all.
Oh, money is the cure. Money is the solve. Oh, I don't care that this person was part of a family legacy and lineage that passed this team down year after year. And I don't care about that. They got their money. Get out the way. That's kind of how Jeannie Buss did the buses. Like, I got my money. Y'all got your money. Shut it. Y'all, some of y'all didn't want to be here. The rest of y'all who wanted to be here, oh, well, daddy said I'm going to be here, and I'm in charge. I'm the governor, so guess what? Take your money and just be chilling. And they all still got a percentage of it. But the point is, I hate when people reduce everything down to, you got your money, you're good. Okay? You ever get just money? You ever been looked at as a commodity? You ever been treated like a commodity? Say what you want. A lot of women talk about that. Oh, all he wanted me for was my body. Okay? Right? That's an empty feeling. And fellas usually don't have to deal with that until you get money and you don't have any meaning or purpose. You ever get a gig or you ever get a job? And they're like, no, we don't need nothing from you. You got paid already. You good. And you're like, I want to contribute. I want to be a part of something. No. You got your money. Shut it. So we're going to treat the owners like that. They got their billions of dollars. Who cares that their daddy started this franchise out the garage and selling real estate and made his money. Now he got this big old franchise that's for the family, and you can just get your money. Woo. None of these ideas right now are moving me, but y'all can move me by liking this video. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button right now. And let's do this because we are warming up to date. People are talking crazy. So right now they ain't gonna solve tanking because you ain't supposed to solve tanking. It's almost like solving discrimination, solving racism. That's why the NFL, I think, finally taking end racism out the end zone. Can y'all stop pandering? Can y'all stop lying? I understand this. Once again, this is why the road to hell is paved with good intentions. You're sitting in a place like, I hate racism. Raise your hand if you hate racism. And at the same time, that should not make you think in conscious thought that you're going to come up with a plan to end it. Two things can be true. Racism sucks and it will never end. Do you understand that? Why? Because there's always going to be a baby who got a bad mama or a bad daddy who don't like certain people. And if they got any power, they can execute on that racism, right? Or at least discriminate. I don't like you. Why? Because I just don't. You think you're going to stop that? You're going to end that? Why? Use your energy for better things instead of that, because that ain't going nowhere. And that doesn't mean I'm over here excusing it. Please listen to what I'm saying. I'm saying you're not going to end it. They can't even cure the common cold. You talking about they gonna end racism? You stupid. Keep going. What's good, fam? It's your boy Marcellus Wiley, and I gotta talk to you about something that's been a game changer for me. Y'all know I've been on the comeback trail after my hip surgery, and let me tell you, getting back to 100% ain't easy. I've been looking for anything to give me that edge, to help me bounce back stronger, faster. And that's where VINIA's new blood flow hydration product comes in. Oh, this ain't just another supplement, people. This is about optimizing your body from the inside out. Since I started taking VINIA blood flow hydration, I'm feeling a big difference in my physical therapy sessions and my energy levels. And for anyone out there, or just looking to elevate your daily well-being, this is it. So head over to my link in my bio, check out VINIA blood flow hydration, and start your own comeback story. Trust me, your body will thank you.
Let me put you on to something that's part of my daily routine now. VINIA, not a powder, not a pill.
It's the Daily Chews 2X formula, and yeah, they taste good too.
It's plant-based. No stimulants, no crash, no jitters, no banned substances, no junk. It's Informed Sports certified. Just something that actually delivers. Link in description, vinia.com/Marcellus. Discount code Marcellus10 for a 10% discount. Wow.